Pumpkin Princess Parade. In the small, serene village of Gourdon, nestled between gentle hills and golden fields, lived a young girl named Ella. Her days were filled with simple joys, chasing butterflies, singing with the morning birds, and helping her mother in the garden. But this autumn brought something extraordinary. As Ella wandered through their pumpkin patch one chilly morning, she stumbled upon a pumpkin unlike any she had seen before. It was not just its size that caught her eye. It was the largest in the patch, but its color. A brilliant orange with subtle, shimmering swirls of gold that seemed to dance in the morning light. Intrigued, Ella knelt beside it, running her small hands over its smooth surface. As she did, a soft voice startled her. "Good morning," it said. Ella jumped back, her eyes wide with wonder. The voice had come from the pumpkin itself. "Who are you?" Ella asked, a mix of fear and fascination in her voice. "I am Prince Marvin," the pumpkin replied with a dignified air. "Though I suppose I don't look much like a prince right now." Ella, recovering from her initial shock, sat down beside him, her curiosity piqued. "Why are you a pumpkin?" she inquired gently. Prince Marvin's story unfolded. He was the son of King Orange, ruler of a distant kingdom where pumpkins weren't just plants, but magical beings that protected the land. A few days before, a mischievous sorcerer, jealous of the kingdom's prosperity and happiness, had transformed him into a pumpkin and banished him to the human world, far from his kingdom. "But why Gourdon? Why my garden?" Ella wondered aloud. "Because, dear Ella," Marvin explained, "your garden is known among magical beings for its nurturing soil and the kindness of its caretakers. It is a sanctuary for those of us under enchantment." As they talked, Marvin shared his plight. The Pumpkin Princess Parade was to be held in just 3 days. It was not only a celebration of harvest, but also a day when the magic of the kingdom was at its peak, allowing for miracles and reversals of dark spells. "If I don't return in time for the parade, I might remain a pumpkin forever," Marvin exclaimed, a hint of desperation in his tone. Ella, moved by Marvin's story and determined to help, resolved then and there to assist him in returning to his kingdom in time for the parade. "We will get you home, Marvin. You'll see, we'll make it in time," she declared, her voice filled with a resolve that surprised even her. Together they planned their journey to the magical kingdom, a path filled with wonders and dangers alike. But with each step, the bond of their newfound friendship grew stronger, each ready to face whatever lay ahead. For Ella knew in her heart that true bravery was about standing up for friends, even if that friend was a prince disguised as a pumpkin. With a small bundle of supplies and hearts full of courage, Ella and Prince Marvin set out at dawn. Their first obstacle was the Whispering Woods, a place rumored to be filled with creatures and spells of old. As they entered the shadowy forest, Ella clutched Marvin tightly, feeling his warmth and the faint pulse of his magical heart. The woods were alive with whispers and murmurs, voices of trees and hidden creatures discussing the unusual presence of a human and a talking pumpkin. From the depths of the foliage emerged a wise old owl, its eyes glinting with a knowing light. "Why do you venture through the Whispering Woods, young Ella and enchanted prince?" The owl hooted in a deep, resonant voice. Ella, summoning her bravery, explained their urgent mission to reach the Pumpkin Kingdom and break the sorcerer's curse. The owl, moved by their plight, offered them a piece of advice. "Beware the mirrored lake," he warned. "Its waters reflect not just your face, but your deepest fears. Many have turned back, unable to face what they see." Thanking the owl, they continued, reaching the lake by nightfall. The surface shimmered under the moonlight, tempting Ella to look. But remembering the owl's words, she averted her eyes, guiding Marvin safely along the lake's edge. However, as they skirted the water, Marvin couldn't resist a glance. In the reflection, he saw himself not as a prince, but as a pumpkin left to rot, forgotten and alone. Terrified by this vision, Marvin quivered in Ella's arms. Sensing his fear, Ella knelt beside the lake, whispering words of comfort. "You are not alone, Marvin. I see you as you truly are, a prince with a kind heart. Together we'll face this and return you to your true form." Her words soothed Marvin, and together they managed to cross the perilous path by the lake, their friendship strengthening with each step they took against their fears. As dawn broke, they reached the edges of the Whispering Woods and saw the towering gates of the Pumpkin Kingdom in the distance. But between them and the gates stood the Sorcerer himself, cloaked in shadows, his eyes burning with a cold fire. "You shall not undo my spell," he hissed, conjuring a barrier of dark magic to stop them. Ella, feeling a surge of protectiveness over Marvin, stepped forward. Drawing on the courage she'd gained from their journey and the magical essence that seemed to linger around Marvin, she challenged the Sorcerer. "We will not be stopped by fear or darkness. Marvin deserves his rightful place in his kingdom, and I will ensure he gets there." To her surprise and the Sorcerer's, the pendant she wore, a gift from her mother, glowed with a pure, warm light. The light enveloped them, weakening the Sorcerer's dark barrier. Realizing that true courage and friendship held power even he couldn't diminish, the Sorcerer fled, his schemes thwarted for now. With the path cleared, the majestic gates of the Pumpkin Kingdom swung open, welcoming Ella and Marvin with the golden hues of the rising sun. They had arrived just in time for the parade, and the air buzzed with magic and excitement. As Ella and Prince Marvin entered the Pumpkin Kingdom, they were greeted with a spectacle unlike any Ella had ever seen. The kingdom was awash in shades of orange, gold, and green, with pumpkins of all sizes decorating every corner. The pumpkin citizens, animated and joyful, bustled about, preparing for the parade. They were surprised but delighted to see their prince returned in such an unusual form, and their cheers filled the air, warming Ella's heart. King Orange, a regal pumpkin of immense size and vibrant color, awaited them at the parade ground, his face etching with worry turning into relief as he spotted his son. With tears welling in his golden eyes, he rushed forward, embracing Marvin as best as a pumpkin could. "My son, you have returned to us. And who is this brave girl who stands beside you?" Ella shyly introduced herself, recounting their journey and the obstacles they had overcome together. King Orange listened intently, nodding with respect and gratitude towards Ella. "You have the heart of a true princess," he declared, "and from this day forth, you shall be known as an honorary princess of our kingdom." The time for the parade had come, and as the festivities began, the entire kingdom gathered to witness the magic of the harvest. Floats adorned with twinkling lights, pumpkins carved into magnificent sculptures, and music filled the air, creating a lively, enchanting atmosphere. As the parade progressed, King Orange led Ella and Marvin to the center of the kingdom's grand plaza, where a special ceremony was to take place. The king explained that the parade was not just a celebration, but also a powerful ritual that could reverse enchantments placed upon the royal family. With the entire kingdom watching, King Orange began the ritual. He chanted ancient words, and the air shimmered with magic. The crowd held its breath as the spell around Marvin began to dissolve, revealing his true form. Before Ella's amazed eyes, Marvin transformed from a pumpkin back into a young prince, his appearance noble and his smile bright. The kingdom erupted in cheers and applause, celebrating not only the return of their prince, but also the courage of a young girl from another world who had believed in magic and friendship. Prince Marvin took Ella's hand, leading her in a dance as the parade turned into a grand ball under the starry night. As the celebrations continued, Marvin whispered to Ella, "Thank you for believing in me, Ella. You taught me that no matter the form, what truly matters is the heart within." Ella, feeling a mix of joy and pride, realized she had found a second home, a place where magic was real and friendships could defy any curse. As the night drew to a close, Ella knew that her life had changed forever. She had helped restore a prince and gained a kingdom's love. And as she looked up at the twinkling stars above, she understood that this adventure would be just the beginning of many more to come in the magical Pumpkin Kingdom.